Everyone, I am Cortisha Yolanda Baker, and I will be doing my presentation on burnout in a working environment. And the working environment that I will be using for this course, organizational communication, is the teaching environment. Objective. The learning objective is the end of this micro teach lecture. Participants will have the ability to define and identify what burnout is in an organization. Definition of burnout: working extremely too hard and juggling task after task. As you all may know, we all have a professional life and a personal life. Sometimes our personal life can be overwhelming, more overwhelming than our jobs. But as a teacher, sometimes teachers take home their assignments, which is grading papers, doing lesson plans, RTIs and EIP, etc. And sometimes even go into professional development meetings where we have to juggle so much stuff that it gets overwhelming, especially when it comes down to tests. When something gets overwhelming or just feel like we're under the water, it can also cause emotional depression and a lot of other symptoms. Burnout has different stages. The first stages is in which signs of fatigue, depression may appear. That causes with your health. It is not only imperative for us to know the signs of being burnt out so we can avoid them, we also need to know the signs because we need to know if our coworker is stressed out and if we need to take some of the burden off of their hands. We need to know these signs so we can know how to deal with them professionally. This is why I picked this journal, why teachers are leaving and what we can do about it. This was written in September 2022, pages 6 through 11. More than 3/4, 76.4% of teachers surveyed considered leaving their position during the 2021-2022 school year. When school buildings closed for the COVID-19 pandemic in March 2020, teachers were asked to work under conditions for which they were not prepared. Some teachers were not familiar with the technology side because they have done a lot of their work by worksheets and not by the technology. Some have used technology, but only for iReady. So teachers have not used to be able to explain the assignment using PowerPoint. You would think some teachers have used it because we do have a lot of Promethean boards in the classroom, but some teachers are old school. They rather have a pencil and paper to get the work done. So when we had to convert to virtual learning during the time the students were at home, there were a lot of headaches with the old school teachers. So we had to go to several different meetings to make sure that everyone was comfortable. Even if you was already familiar with the technology and how to Zoom with your students, you still had to attend those long meetings that were 2 to 3 hours long. That also interfered with teachers' mental health and well-being. Teachers have always taken on many different roles, which can lead to hectic work days and limit time to complete certain tasks. Not only tasks within the school building, but tasks at home. Excessive stress in the workplace can result in a burnout, also known as stress. Burnout is the outcome of a long-term process that involves many different phases. Burnout has so many different phases that we are going to explore them right now. One of the many phases are physical exhaustion, having a hard time being able to go to sleep at night because you continuously think, okay, did I finish this assignment today? Did I do this lesson plan? It becomes overwhelming and overbearing because that might be the day that you have to have observation. Mental exhaustion, because even though you may have a smile on your face on the outside, you are constantly thinking about what am I about to do today? What's going to happen today if I don't get this lesson plan done, etc. Emotional exhaustion is defined by a variety of undesirable emotions. When I first started teaching, I was mentally drained because The class was oversized. I had 30 students in my class, so I was overwhelmed. However, the team that I was on, group, working with you, you can accomplish anything in any work environment. For the future direction, once we learn and how to identify burnout, we can be able to help ourselves and each other. I think there will be more therapists and more guidance counselors, not just for the kids within the school, but also for the teachers. For our discussion question, in today's fast paced work world, whether it's teaching, being a nurse, or being an entrepreneur can become overwhelming at times. The employees are told how to reduce burnout on their own. They tell us to go to therapy, they tell us to take a task one day at a time, they even tell us to take a vacation or to use one of our 3 personal days. They have yet to say that our mental health is a sick day. They say it's a personal day. However, but how can a resilience business culture help reduce employee burnout and promote overall well-being?